Good to see you.
Good to see you. Don't shake my hand. Yes, I thought of it.
Huh?
You want a picture?
Love you.
Love you.
Love you, baby. So much. Okay.
Yeah, love you too.
I miss you, baby.
Okay.
Let's get a drink first.
I think in the last year, well, not since the COVID, but in 2019, I only saw 4 women that walked the trail.
Oh, I'm here, Capital, California. I'm quiet. I'm going to attempt a through hike, the PCT. I'm going to probably start tomorrow, since it's like 5 o'clock already. I'm going to camp out behind the green store here and then head out in the morning. Okay, it's 6 a.m. Trail's about a mile that way. Yeah, day 1. So, first few steps along the trail. I've got a tent here. Slept pretty well last night. Got chilly, but my sleeping bag was good enough. So yeah, just started. Actually, I got a little winded when I was coming down to the terminus, because I skipped breakfast. But after taking a little break there to take some pictures, I'm feeling a lot better. So, yeah, 2,650 miles to go. Should be a cakewalk. So yeah, first mile done. 2,649 to go. Feeling pretty good. It's still kind of surreal being out here. I've been planning this trip for a few years, and 2019 I was going to head out, but then I hurt my ankle. And then it was going to be 2020, and of course 2020 happened. Yeah, it's just weird actually being out here. Walking the trail. So I'm a couple miles in now. My goal today is to try to get to the campsite at about 12 miles along the trail. I want to take it easy the first maybe week or so. Try to cap myself at 10 or 15 miles a day. For a desert, it's pretty green and cool right now. I'm liking it. Yum. Well, just filtered my first water from a stagnant stream using the Sawyer squeeze. I did have to use that in the Dominican Republic a lot, and I didn't get sick, so hopefully, yeah, it maintains its track record. I added some little Mio flavoring liquid to this to hopefully improve the taste. So 8 a.m. and there's the sun. So I've earned the name Quiet on the Trail of Life, but here people are calling me Ninja, which I actually kind of expected, and I don't mind so much. Starting to get sunny, so broke out this fashionable sun hat. That's about where I came from. There's the border wall. Whew. Stopping for a lunch break. Got some dates and beef jerky. And also quite a view. And beautiful, beautiful solitude. Well, it's about 1 p.m. and I'm taking a little siesta. This little outcrop. Still about 4 or 5 miles to the campsite that I had set the goal for myself. It's a little bit before Hauser Creek. Depending on how I feel, I might push through the Hauser, but otherwise I think I'll just, 11.4. It's not too bad for a first day. Well, I mean, it's probably terrible, but I'm hiking my own hike. So it's 6:30 a.m., day 2. I camped at the 11.4 mile marker, so I made my goal. So yay. I got there around 2 p.m. and just set up a tent and crashed out. It was, I started the day pretty strong, but it really started going downhill around the afternoon. God. So first, I had an accident with my water. I knocked over about half a liter, which kind of screwed up my my timing or whatever to the next water source. So I am practically empty. Right now, the next water source is about 4 miles, mostly downhill, thankfully. And since I'm out early, hopefully it won't get too hot before then. And also hopefully it's not like dried up or whatever, but as of a couple days ago there was water, according to gut hooks. So fingers crossed. I guess the second thing was when I set my tent, somehow along the way I lost my tent stakes between here and Campo. So that was fun. I had to use sticks and rocks to cobble something together. Maybe I'll be able to pick up some new ones in Lake Marina. I'm not sure. Just have to play it by ear. But I was able to get it set up without stakes. And actually I did find someone had left one stake behind in the tent site, so that it helped. I guess the most scary thing was like just a few hundred feet before I got to the tent site, I was I've kept an ear out for rattlesnakes. I've barely listened to anything so far, and so it was pretty much dead silent. And the trail at that part was maybe 2.5 feet wide, and suddenly down to my left I hear this like angry buzzing, like almost like an electrical cable. And I look down and there's a rattlesnake literally like 3 inches from my foot. It definitely could have bit me if it wanted to. I screamed, I jumped, ran like 30 feet away. But yeah, I thought maybe I was in like shock and maybe I didn't feel the bites. I was kind of paranoid. So as soon as I got to the tent site, I stripped down, checked my leg and shoe and everything. I'm pretty sure you'd feel it, but like, just wanted to check. But yeah, so close call. So day one, all in all, bit sucky, but that's part of the experience, right? That's why I'm out here. Okay, so next stop, hopefully, water. Well, I think I'm going to have to hike that pretty soon. Okay, about a mile to go to the water. I'm walking on a dirt road right now. Not sure if this is TMI, but I had to go pee for the first time since like yesterday morning, and I saved it in the bottle just in case I get desperate enough to have to go Bear Grylls. It's only a mile, so hopefully it shouldn't come to that. Well, that's pretty damn stagnant, but it's water, and right now it looks delicious. Okay, well, I've refilled on the water. Got about 3.5, 4 liters. So hopefully that should get me over these peaks and into Lake Marina today. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, still got about 3 miles to go to get to Lake Marina. I think I'm through half of the climb. Right now this is a bit of a downhill portion. Ended up using a lot of that water, or drinking it, I should say. I think it's a combination of being like super dehydrated yesterday and just still adapting to the elevation. I come from the Bay Area, so that's like sea level. And I was staying with my mom in Florida for the past few months, so it was also around sea level, so yeah, still adjusted. So what's my deal? Why the hell am I out here? So, quick backstory. To early 2000s, I moved to San Francisco. Lived out there for, I guess, 15 years or so. It's pretty much like after the dot-com burst, and so I kind of witnessed the birth of Twitter and Uber and all that shit. I kind of fell into hospitality, hotel management, and I did that for like a number of years, and time just got away from me. I was just kind of drifting, going from paycheck to paycheck. It took about maybe 10 years for me to kind of wake up. I don't know, maybe 5 years. So I ended up saving up some money, and I went traveling for the next couple of years to Southeast Asia. Lived in Bangkok and Melbourne, in Australia for a bit. And then when I got back to San Francisco, I had no idea how difficult it was to actually live in that town. Because when I was at the hotel working there, I had a free room as part of the management gig. So I didn't realize how much rent had gone up in the past few years. So kind of began this struggle anew, just working, living paycheck to paycheck again, just trying to get by. Around then I ended up it was one of the biggest failures of my life, but I'm also glad I did it. I created my own company, started a startup, and I worked on that for about 5 years. I was just building assistive devices for the disabled. And so yeah, 5 years, research and development, and pretty much doing it all myself, building a manufacturing line and all that. And finally released it for sale. I sold 2 units. Yeah, so that was kind of the end of that. So yeah, it's a big failure, but it was, my 15 minutes of internet fame. Got on Good Morning America, did some talk show stuff. It was, quite the experience, and definitely learned a lot. After that, I was always kind of a sort of a type A person, but after that experience, I didn't really care about things as much, I guess. I was just more of just kind of a go with the flow, peace and love type for, because I don't know, I guess I got disillusioned with like the whole system, the whole, corporate society, capitalism, all that shit. So, I know you need money, and I still worked for it, but I didn't see myself having like a career after that. I just want to make enough money to do what I want to do. So after the startup went bust, I went back into management, hotel management, saving up money. Also started writing. Discovered I had a talent for niche erotica. So put that up on Amazon, made a few bucks. And yeah, just kind of put my head down and just kept working and saving till about 2019. I'm still not sure exactly why or what was the genesis, but I decided I wanted to do the PCT. But at the beginning of that year, I hurt my ankle somewhat severely, enough that I had to pretty much stay off of it for the next few months, which kind of put a damper on my trail ambitions. So I was going to shoot for 2020, and of course 2020 happened. So instead, I just kept working. I actually got a second job. I was managing a hotel during the day, 5 nights a week, and then about the same amount of time I was working night shift in another hotel, just kind of bouncing back and forth, trying to save up as much as possible. So late 2020, I just sort of cashed out my savings, and I was like, this is it, I'm leaving. I ended up, I just wanted to kind of reset myself, so I ended up going to the Dominican Republic. I rented out a cabin in a jungle on top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere, and I just stayed there for 3 months. No internet, no hot water. I had to filter all my water, which is it's good testing for the soil squeeze. So yeah, just no social media or any of that shit. It was kind of like a tech detox, even though that kind of has connotations. So yeah, after that, came back stateside, stayed with my mom for a little while, and my sisters and my brothers. Kind of just spent a few months reconnecting with them, since I hadn't really hung out with them in over a decade, not for like an extended period of time. So that was nice. I mean, that was the one thing I learned when I was in the Dominican. I wanted to spend more time with family. So, yeah, now here it is, 2021. Decided to finally embark on the PCT adventure, and here I am. Well, there's the lake. 1 mile to go. Civilization. Okay, I've made it to Marina Village. Actually on a bench, sitting in a proper chair. In front of the restrooms. I think there's a shower too, so might make use of that. And then I'll go find the PCT campgrounds around, since that's like $5 a night. So yeah, I'm going to be staying overnight here, even though it's only I guess 1:20. I'm still acclimating, so I'm done for the day. There is a mulch shop about half a mile down the road, so I might grab lunch or dinner there after I shower. About to take a shower. I'm just checking for injuries. So far, this seems to be the worst of it. I walked over a mountain today, so I can eat whatever I want. What am I going to do with you? Oh, I'm here at the Reno tent site, the PCT campers. Set my tent. It's already looking a little worse for wear. Like I said, I lost some stakes, so I had to improvise. The mulch shop in town actually sold a few of these like really heavy duty ones, so I just picked up a few of those just to kind of help with the corners. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too windy. I guess that's something for future me to worry about. And dinner tonight, more pizza. So apparently the next big stop is Mount Laguna, which is about at mile 40, so another 20 miles from here. I'm not sure if I can do 20 a day yet, especially since tomorrow it looks like there's a really high ascent and a really steep descent, like talking like a difference of 2,000 or 3,000 feet. I'm thinking that's going to be pretty tough, so I might end up camping halfway. I want to try to get to at least the 10 or 11 mile mark, and then maybe camp, wild camp there, then try to get to Mount Laguna day after tomorrow. That's probably what's going to happen. I really don't see myself doing 20 miles yet. Yeah, I was up early, but a bit of a late start on the trail. I was thought I'd do a shakedown before I have to scale this mountain or whatever coming up. I think I was carrying way too much food, so I ate a bunch of it and dumped the rest, or put in a makeshift hiker box that people set up. Some equipment left behind. I like the little one of those folding keyboards so I can write and stuff, but putting prose to page is a lot of work, and this is a lot of work, so I kind of have to like focus on one thing or the other. I figure I'll have plenty to write about after the trail. So, just realized that there are houses here, and this is their backyard. Yep. So, funnily enough, this is a little bit easier when your pack's a bit lighter. I saw that there is a water stream crossing a couple miles ahead. Well, I could always call it a day and hitch home, or keep going. Guess I'll keep going. Now, about 8 miles to go, 1,900 feet climb, or ascent. Okay, took some aspirin. Let's do it. Well, just came across this guy. I'm going to walk far around. It's a mini Stonehenge. Nice. So I came across this campground along the way. It's called Oak Ridge, something like that. There's a bathroom and water, so I figure I'll I'll get out here. It's around noon. Have some lunch. Wait for the sun to get a little lower in the sky before I keep making the ascent. Back on the trail. About 6 miles to that next campsite. And it's 1:30 now. So hopefully I should have plenty of time before it gets dark. We'll see what the mountain throws at me. Rattlesnake. This one gave me a warning. The one from the first day, whew, it was, like I said, literally 3 inches from my foot when he started buzzing. It was kind of under a bush to the side of the trail, so it was hidden. I didn't see it. Whew. Wide berth. Wide berth. Okay. That was a nice little jolt. So for those keeping track, that's 2 close encounters with rattlesnakes in 2.5 days. Nature. So I think that's what I have to get over to get to the next town. Looks big from down here. I guess they all do. So it's about an hour later, and feeling pretty good still. I think taking some of those extra pounds out of the pack really made a difference. It's surprising the difference 1 or 2 pounds can make, especially when it's compounded over distance. So the break was pretty refreshing. I had some tuna, olive oil, had some spices. Pretty tasty. Rain food. And also lake food, I guess. Looks like there is a river. Don't think I'll head down to it though. Yep. This is what it's all about. A little bit of trail magic. Yum. I love mint lifesavers, actually. About 2.5 miles to go to the campsite I'm aiming for. But there's always another mountain. I have about half a mile to go to the campsite. Hopefully it's not filled up already. I did notice I was having a few issues breathing, and I noticed I'm at 4,300 feet, which is the highest elevation-wise I think I've been on this trip. So hopefully sleeping up here tonight will help acclimate me. Okay, so 7 a.m. day 4. Just left camp. A little later start to the day. It's pretty cold. I mean, I got up at like 4, but I just stayed in the sleeping bag. I figure since I'm not putting on a lot of miles right now, I'm trying to keep it under 10 or 15. I don't need a huge amount of time in the day. But yeah, today is another climb. Trying to get to Mount Laguna. It's about 10 or 11 miles with a 2,700 foot ascent. So, yep, it's going to be another workout. Whew, even more than yesterday. So when I get to Mount Laguna, that'll be like 6,000 feet. I mean, I'm just on the trail and already I'm a bit out of breath, so whew, got to adapt. Well, no bathroom breaks for a while. So, been on the trail for about half an hour and I'm feeling a lot better. I think I've noticed the pattern. I just need to kind of get the blood flowing early in the morning and start to feel a bit more energetic. And hopefully that can carry me through to lunch. My dreams last night involved being covered with bug bites and spiders crawling in my tent. So I think my PCT is caught up to my subconscious. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to not let those kind of things bug me. Like, I just try not to think about what's crawling all over me at any given moment. And I have seen like a spider in my backpack and I just flicked it away, which is progress for me. I was pretty arachnophobic. I think, the trail is kind of an exercise in, I guess, mindfulness and maybe acceptance. Like, yeah, you're gonna get dirty, you're gonna get covered with bugs. Like, you're gonna get injured. It's gonna be painful, but you just keep moving forward. Or you get off the trail, But, yeah, I think that's something I have to work on. Just putting one foot in front of the other despite the obstacles. I guess that's pretty optimistic, considering this is only my 4th day on the trail. We'll see how I fare. So I was thinking about a simple answer to the question of why I'm out here. Why am I on this trail? I mean, yeah, I was looking for adventure, I guess. And this is certainly an adventure. But, I mean, there's other things to do out there that I could have done. But, again, I'm not sure what kind of prompted the idea to hike the trail, but when the idea did come, I of course talked about it. And, this was around 2017, 2018. Started talking to people about eventually hiking this trail. And I mentioned the setbacks I had earlier. And I guess now that I'm on sabbatical, well, I mean sabbatical, that's a nice way of saying it. I just basically cashed out my savings and quit my job. But yeah, I didn't want this to be something that I didn't want to be one of those people that just says they're going to do something and never does it. Yeah, then I would be my dad. So, even if I don't finish this, which, there's, 4 and 5 possibility that I won't. At least I'm attempting it. And at least I'm giving it a go, so got that at least. So yeah, why am I out here? Because I said I would be out here. I was thinking maybe I could start doing a stream of conscious story time type of thing to mix up the hiking stuff. Just I guess get to know me more as a person and not just someone hiking the trail. So after my startup went bust, this was in 2015, San Francisco. I was a pretty low point in my life. I was pretty much bankrupt. Didn't have a job or a place to live, really. I wasn't technically homeless, but what I started doing back then was living in office spaces, because it was at the time it was usually cheaper than getting an apartment or whatever, and also a lot of times they didn't do credit checks, and at the time my credit was pretty bad, so that was a plus. So it's actually staying at this high-rise downtown in the financial district. Nice building, but I was like right next to a lawyer. I think I was like sandwiched between 2 lawyers in a private office, and that was like the last of my savings to put down a deposit for that place. So I was kind of screwed at the end of the month, so I just had to find any work I could. So I had management experience, so I saw Starbucks was hiring. So I applied for the managerial role they had, and the guys were basically, they just said they wanted me to have more ground level experience, which is corporate speak for starting at the bottom and working your way up. So they started me off as a barista at a brand new location that opened up next to the ferry building, and I also got a job at Target, like a night shift job, stacking boxes at night. So I'd gone from the startup life, tech startup life, to slinging coffee during the day, taking a nap in the afternoon, working at night, hauling boxes, and sometimes I would go straight from there to Starbucks to open at like 6:30 a.m. So I was kind of used to that type of life. Like when I first moved to San Francisco, that's also what I did. Worked at a restaurant during the day, night shift at a hotel at night. I'd sleep in the back of the restaurant for an hour or two before they open, and then sometimes I'd pick up a double from someone at the restaurant, and I'd go straight back to the hotel. They called me the shark, because I was always, anytime anyone wanted to trade shifts or give a shift to someone, I was always volunteer. So yeah, I was I was used to that. But at the time I was a lot older. 2015, it's like my mid-30s, early to mid-30s, not to age myself too much. And that was a lot harder to do. But, you need to survive, you need to make money, so that's what I did. But Starbucks, though, was was really just not a good fit for me. I'm not a people person. I mean, I'm introverted. And I guess just in general, most people annoy me. And so it was really hard to, pretend to be friendly and shit for every single customer. And my manager, I'll just call him Duke. He was always getting on me about that. Being happy, smiling, blah, blah, blah. Duke. I remember one time he was, I was just like cleaning the espresso machine or whatever. And Duke was just like, I just can't read you. And at the time I wasn't really sure like what that meant. I mean, I do now. Basically just, he didn't like understand me as a person, like what my deal was. And also at the time, I didn't know that I was on the autism spectrum. I mean, I guess I had some feelings about it, but I had never been, tested or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I had known that then, because, I'm not an open book. Like, someone shouldn't just, work next to you in silence for a couple of hours a day and think that they know someone as a person. It's not like he made any effort to actually get to know me. This was, maybe 6 months into that job when I was just, I had been experimenting with this prescription drug called modafinil. It's kind of like a nootropic. I guess they give it to helicopter pilots to help them stay awake. It's basically kind of like sort of amphetamine, but without like the jitters. I wasn't abusing it. It's just the work, the two jobs I was doing. It was this nice to help get a little boost every now and then. So, one day I came into Starbucks, sort of hopped up on caffeine and modafinil, just super energetic, super enthusiastic. And at the end of the day, Duke gave me like a little pin, a Starbucks pin. It was like in a card, and it's just like a little note that said, like, wow, outstanding attitude improvement. Keep up the great work. And I just remember thinking, so this is what I have to do. I have to be completely fucking doped up and medicated out of my gourd in order to be a model Starbucks employee. So after that, I was kind of done. I sort of checked out and just went through the motions. So like a month later, I got into a little tiff with this coworker. He was just, he's just kind of being a dick. I'll call him Trout. So Trout was like, it was kind of like a busy lunch rush, whatever, and people were coming in and out, and I'm at working the cashier. Trout's working the coffee machine, and he just kind of yells across at me, just like in this super corporate lingo, faux polite speech to, hey, if you could improve your handwriting on the cups to better serve our customers, or some bullshit like that. I mean, I see where he was coming from. Yeah, I was in a rush, and the handwriting was a little messy. I think nowadays, like, they just, a sticker comes out with your name that you can stick on the cup. But, yeah, so it just kind of miffed me a bit. Like, he could have just, come over. I mean, I worked with the guy for 6 months. He could have just come over to me and just, like, nudged me and said, hey, could you write the names a little better? They're hard to read. But you just have to, like, call out like that in front of the whole fucking store. Anyway, so I told him as much, like, during my break. I was just like, you know, next time just come to me as a person. I just don't think that was cool. And then he got pissed off. He was just like, you know, he just started getting all sarcastic. I mean, he was like, you know, just like a fucking early 20-year-old dude. So, I mean, I guess that's understandable, but still. And so after that, I was just like, okay, so I took my lunch break, went to the bar across the street, had a couple of martinis, and I was just like, you know what, I don't need this. Like, I don't need to be, you know, talked down to by someone, you know, 20 years younger than me about something so stupid. Like, I don't need to fucking, you know, put on a medicated happy mask to come in to fucking, you know, give people their drug of choice, caffeine. So I was just like, yeah, that's it. I'm done. At the end of the day, I'm going to turn in my notice. So I go back to work, and knowing that I'm about to quit, I'm pretty happy, you know, doing a little dance here and there, singing some tunes. Oh, sorry, stopped for a water refill. So anyway, end of the day, Duke calls me into his office, and I guess he wanted to discuss my interaction with Trout earlier. But, you know, I just kind of headed him off at the pass about that and just said, you know, I told him I quit. And, you know, he started getting a little defensive. You know, he was like, why are you quitting? And I was like, you know, I have some other opportunities I'd like to pursue. You know, it's kind of just like a bullshit corporate answer. But he kept getting more defensive. And this is what he literally said. He said, oh, do you think you're too good for this job? So I looked him right in the eye, and I said, yeah, I am. And he fucking exploded. Oh man, it was basically one of those you can't quit, you're fired type of situations, which I probably, if I knew then what I know now, I could have probably gotten in hot water with corporate about that. But, you know, I didn't really pursue it. I didn't care enough. Just glad to be done with it. So, next day I came in to pick up my final paycheck, and I decided to be the bigger person. You know, I shook his hand, and I thanked him for the opportunity. And, you know, he shook back, but he just kind of rolled his eyes. And when he walked away, I heard him mutter, have a great life. And I just called after him, thank you. And, you know what, Duke? I don't know where you are right now. Maybe behind the desk in the corporate tower, making a lot of money. But, yeah, I'm here right now, which, it has its own charms. So yeah, that was a little story time. Maybe I'll, have some more next episode. Okay, so I'm almost at Mount Laguna. I think I'm going to go off trail there and get a room for the night, even though there's like a free campground close by. I just think it'd be nice to recharge, both figuratively and literally. My battery bank is almost dead, and it'd just be nice to kind of sleep in the bed since my back's and shoulders been bothering me a little bit. Won't take a zero though. I will, I think, even though it's been 4 days, I'm going to start editing and uploading the first video to YouTube. So, yeah, if you like these, I guess I should have done this in the beginning, but like and subscribe. You know, it helps me spread my artistic vision and all that. Yeah, I'm just want you to bear with me since I'm shooting and editing this on my phone. Never really done that before, so not sure about the quality and all that yet. But yeah, I guess we'll both learn together as we go. So yeah, it's a new experience for me. Plus, I mean, well, this is also a new experience. So, yep, just learning as I go, and you could stick around for the ride. Okay. See you soon.